Today we are making this Be My Valentine card. This is my second video from papermadebytamra.stampinup.net. I hope you'll enjoy. The first thing I'm going to show you how to do is just explain the layers in the background, and then we'll go ahead and worry about the lolly and the decorative stuff in the middle. So, to start off, you will need real red cardstock. This is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper cut in half. And then we have first edition specialty paper, and I cut this down to 4 inches. I'll have the dimensions labeled because I'm not going to remember off the top of my head. And then I have basic black here also cut down. So all I did, let me bring back in my sample, is just layer these together. You would use your snail adhesive for this, and then I would layer it on top of here, and the back is done. Okay, so that's that. Now for the exciting part is this lolly. This is the Timeless Portrait DSP. I have a bunch of strips here that I've cut down to make these lollies. An interesting tip here, we're going to end up scoring these strips. If you were going to do more than one card like I am, I would score the entire 12 by 12 inch piece of paper before you cut the strips out. That way you only have to score once. I'm actually letting my girls in my class score these, so I've cut them down into strips beforehand, but it'll save you on time if you score the whole 12 by 12 first and then cut the strips. So, I already have one scored and folded. You can see it here. And I'll show you how to do this right now with the Simply Scored. So I'm going to bring it on over. By the way, this is super light and really easy. I just love it. And you can do so many fun things, not just lollies, but boxes, envelopes, and much more. So I have my piece of paper, and I'm scoring every 1/2 inch. You'll see there's a ruler here all the way along this way and all the way along this direction. And the increments go down to 1/8 of an inch. So that's really nice for a lot of detail work. But today we're just scoring every 1/2 inch all the way down my strip. And then afterwards we'll fold it like an accordion and tape it together. Sticky strip. It's really strong and it'll hold the pieces really nicely together. I'll show you in a second. So you can see here what I mean by if you had scored the whole 12 by 12 piece of paper, you would have started and went all the way across for every line instead of having to do one strip after the next. So, good tip. Remember that one. Then we fold, and that's what's so great about the Simply Scored. Because it's already scored, this makes it so easy. They're perfect and fast. So that's done. So now I'm going to take my 2 strips, that's the back side of this paper, and I'm going to use my sticky strip. And this stuff, like I mentioned earlier, is so strong. That's great. And also, since it's on a roll, it's really easy to use. So one piece, trim it off, then I'm going to do the other side. Trim it off, and then peel off the backing. That's what's making it look red. So I line up the 2 pieces, and they're taped together. So now I have one long strip. We need to connect them all the way on the other end as well. So that's why I have another strip on this side. You tape them together, and then when you flatten it out, it's this gorgeous little circle. It's all folded and 3-dimensional. Hopefully I'm doing a good job. So this is what I mean. Let the magic happen. And there's your lolly. Ah, just kidding. There's your lolly. So now we just need to hold it in place. And what we're going to use to do that is 2 scallop punched basic black pieces of paper. So you can just put this over to the side. Basic black scallop punch is the extra large one, 2 3/8 inch. So the punches are actually meant to lie this way. And then punch down. The great thing about these punches is that they're easy to use, so you don't need a lot of muscles. You just push. Anyone can do it. there's my two. The reason why I did two is because in our original card, there's one on top, but there's also one underneath that you can't see. And the reason why I do that is for the extra support to hold this lolly, this accordion circle, down nice and flat. So again, I'm going to use my sticky strip. And I put two pieces. You could put more if you wanted to, but you don't need to. It's enough. So I put two pieces like that down. Peel off the backing. I'm getting over a cold too, so hopefully I sound good. So flatten down our lolly again. We take the piece that has the tape on it, sticky strip, push it down, hold it in place, and voila. But for extra support, we're going to flip it over and put one more on the back. Okay, so there's the lolly with the black scallop. Now we're going to add a heart. I just want to show you all these hearts. This is out of our red glimmer paper. It's just gorgeous. And I've already pre-punched several. Like I said, we're going to be making a bunch for our class tomorrow night. It's actually an appreciation stamp camp. And I want to lift it up. I don't want it to be flat. So I'm going to use dimensionals. I put 3 on. You can put as many as you want. But it's just going to give it some dimension. Pull off the backing again. Stick it in place. Voila. Again, easy. I think this is a really easy card and has a big wow factor. I mean, look at it. So I love that. I love easy and wow. It's hard to get those two together. Okay, so here's the stamp that we're using. It says Be My Valentine. It's from our Sweet Cake stamp set from Stampin' Up. I love clear blocks, so I use that a lot, clear stamp sets. But it comes in wood block too, so if you're a wood block fan, don't fret. I need to make sure my head doesn't get in the way here. Okay, so just push straight down, and there you go. This is my Stays On black ink, but your basic black ink would work just fine too. I'm kind of a fan of the Stays On ink, so I use it more often than necessary, but I love it a lot. Okay, so then this is my modern label punch, just to show you. What I love about punches, I learned this at a convention last year for Stampin' Up, but they make every crafter a superwoman or a superhero if you're a man out there. It just makes everything look perfect and clean and crisp. So when you're stamping, sometimes you worry about lining it up level, making it even, but when you have a punch, you just stamp, and then you'll fix it later with your punch and make sure it looks level and even. So there you go. Now that I'm done explaining, again, 2 more dimensionals. I put on the very ends because it's going to kind of hang over the edge of the heart. So there's one backing off, the other backing, and voila. So if you were to take your card, I didn't actually adhere these for you, but I'm just going to show you again. This would be done. You could use sticky strip. It's pretty light, even though it's big, so you might not need it. You could probably get away with just snail. That's what I used on my other one. But if you're really concerned about it falling apart or falling off your card, this isn't going to fall apart, but if you're worried about it falling off, then I would use sticky strip, and then you don't have anything to worry about. So there you go, and it would be done. And this is your final product. Thanks for coming. Hope you liked it.